In a world of mystery and magic, danger lurks behind every turn and terrible threats lurk in the shadows, unseen by everyone. In the Savras Archipelago, the Windjammer, Maeve Lamborn, needs to land a new patron in the worst way. Low on supplies and desperately needing the armaments to survive the Descensian threat, she's willing to take any job. A mysterious stranger offers her a simple task for a huge payout: retrieve a stolen relic. She jumps at what sounds like easy money to refit and restock her ship. Then she discovers the easier the job, the more it might get them all killed. Check out the Shadow Phoenix saga on ProjectShadow.com. New episodes every Tuesday.
Technically, all of the episodes are out now, at least for season 1. So you can listen to all of Raid. It's all there. There should be a new special episode out this Tuesday where I'm going to talk a little bit about what it took to bring this thing into existence. So, wow, that's going to be, let's go with fun. But hi, my name is Charlie. I'm a non-binary sci-fi fantasy writer, and I am joined by the wonderful Megan McCarthy and the phenomenal Tom. And you'll notice somebody is missing today, which means the likelihood of death is potentially low. Brian is off on a catering event. He is doing some charity work with the restaurant this evening, and nobody knows when he might get home. So, yay. You got me, and hopefully that will be good enough. We have loaded up the old world we used to play on back before all my classes started, and Brian set up the other world because same problem. I don't have access to his worlds when he's not here. And I just found the hole in the wall. There's the hole in the wall.
Oh, that's a big hole.
It's a big hole. So I don't know exactly what is going to be happening today, but it'll be something, and hopefully it will be fun. There's a lot of craziness going on right now. There we go. Patch that. Run around the conference real quick and see if there are any more of those. So I am a little bit further behind on this world than Brian is. Brian and the rest of us are over on the other one because while is dead, I have only found one teeny tiny sliver of Mislins. It is so tiny, it has no dwarfs. But it has all the other monsters in it. So if you just want to go get attacked by things, it has no resources whatsoever. It has rabbits and bugs. That's it. Just rabbits and bugs. So
sounds pleasant.
Yeah.
You might want to eat something before you fall off the roof.
Yeah. That might not be a bad idea. So I came over here because this is the reminder for those of you who may not remember. This is the wonderful land with the Stave Church and the Wolf Temple, where all the brave wolves are buried that helped us destroy which is now even cooler at night because I took the pillars that you can make that call in the wisps.
Nice.
And put one on the main altar and the other two outside. So this thing is like filled with spirits flying around it at night. So
cool.
It's kind of nifty. It was nifty looking before, but it's kind of niftier. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing today. I'm probably going to work on a covered bridge that I've been wanting to build. Just kind of running through, showing you some of the things that you might not remember, such as our two lighthouses. That is Pyramid Lighthouse number 1, and that's the round lighthouse number 2 over there. which I really like that one. I think that one's pretty. That was a pain in the butt to make. Oh, but I think it's really pretty. And of
It is
course,
very pretty.
that's the covered bridge over here
Ooh,
and our nice little boathouse.
boathouse.
I do wish they
Where
had,
all sorts of crimes are committed in most fiction books.
and here as well, because it keeps trying to have things spawn on the inside of it for reasons I don't understand. So, yeah, many of a felling murder and grailing murder has happened inside that building. And so, just over here, there was an abandoned village that I've started rebuilding. And I actually looked up the style of actual Viking buildings because that was the idea of was trying to recreate actual Viking structures. And I think it looks kind of nifty. But there were only a couple buildings here. I don't know how much I'm gonna build this out, but I thought it'd be nice to have a cute little village here, right on the edge of the stream. And I'm glad you guys can't hear my audio. There's so much like random pig death happening around me. The wolves are hungry and they're finding wild prey. So I don't know if I'm going to do this style bridge or if we're going to do a different one.
Mhm.
It was a lot of fun to make. I just heard a boop.
Ooh, it's Carrie.
It's a Carrie boop.
Carrie is not connected. There we go. Hello, Carrie.
Hello.
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 If the vacuuming is picking up, I'm sorry. Joe's cleaning the hallway.
That's okay. Everybody around me has decided that it is time to do the trimming of the grasses.
Ah,
So it is very, very lawnmowery all around me right now.
it's not picking up.
That's good. Hey ho for the.
You have a little bit better setup than my busted headset, though.
This is where if you offered me money, I would be going, yes, Yeti microphones. Noise canceling on the Yeti microphone works wonders with this unidirectional mic that is pointed away from the outside loud noises and thus not picking them up. But they didn't give me any money, so do not buy one. So that would have ended differently if it was like sponsored by you or something.
Charlie.
Anywho. Did I misspell the password?
Hashtag not sponsored,
Yes.
but willing to be.
Okay, let's try this again. I feel like I talk about a lot of these things in ways that, hello everyone. I do this off the camera because
Yeah.
sometimes it shows the IP address when you
Oh, we
are
don't want
setting up a
that.
server, and yeah, you really don't want that. So let's try this again. Third server.
But yeah, poor Anna had a stomach ache last night, and as she was walking down the hallway to go to bed, she like Linda Blaired all over the hallway.
Oh
no.
no.
So Joe got the worst of it up and made sure it didn't smell. So when he got home from work today, he pulled up the rugs and took them outside to hose them down, and then he's gonna shampoo them. And he was vacuuming the hall. And
Oh, fun.
make sure there's nothing on the walls.
Oh man.
Hopefully that works.
And so he could do that in peace. I texted my mom and I was like, "So, are you off tomorrow?" Because we were going over there to visit anyway, and I was like, "Are you off tomorrow? Because
Yep.
we really need
I'm in.
like
Yay.
Anna to be somewhere overnight, so we can
Is
take care
it
of all this."
is it safe to
And
add the
she's like,
stream
"Yeah,
to
but
the?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. There we go.
and
I have
she's
no
like,
idea where you're going to log in at, Tom,
Well,
because
the same place everyone logs in, the altars.
oh, okay. I didn't know if you're playing the same character because this is the character. This is the world we were playing on before
I never
Brian.
played in this one, so it's a.
Oh, here I'm running down towards the altar, so because they won't let me take the main road all the way down to it. So you should be. Wait, where are you?
All right,
Yeah.
come on.
There you are.
but
Give me a sec. I gotta get. Trying to share screen.
I understand.
but she was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, just pick her up by 8 because I gotta be at it's grandparents' day at my sister's oldest school. And she's got to be there by 9. So like, pick her up by 8. I'm like, I can do that." And then she gave me a bunch of skirt hangers so I can finally hang up the petticoats that I got in my
Nice.
closet, and they won't be all like funky and when I actually go to wear them.
Yeah.
I can also hang up some of my other skirts so they're not wrinkly for work.
Nice.
All right, let's see if it.
All right. You are sharing, Tom, so you're all good.
Okay.
Okay, so just over here on the other side of Gloopy is the road that leads to the main castle.
Mr. Spence is here, but is disappearing soon, so
Oh no!
enjoy Mr. Spence while he is still here.
So this is the land of 1,001 woos. Welcome to all of my 2-star woos. I like woos.
What did
They're
they
woos
go
that-
out?
Like piggies.
Actually, they love them quite a lot. They just eat them very quickly.
Mr. Spence says I didn't say that, but it sounds good.
All right. So
Oh, this is gonna be a weird day.
is it not wanting to let you in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so strange. Okay, so welcome to the main keep. Surprisingly enough, this is where groceries are grown. I'm going to give you a quick tour just so you know where things are so you can help yourself. Anything that you might need. This is the kitchen. There are prepared foods in the first bin here. Right now it's just sausages and jerky.
Is this the one with the church
The
and
Wolf
the
Shrine?
Wolf
Yeah.
Temple and
Yeah.
Shrine? Or
And out through this store, if you need honey for things, that's where all of the, I mean, you can grab it from in there, or this is where all of the hives are, and our Wolf Shrine that now has whisks.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's really pretty at night. Most of the area around here is safe. I've buried fire pits all over the place to prevent things from spawning, but events do happen. If you want to just play around in the land of 1,000 chickens, that's over here. With 1,000 chickens, keep making more. And where I'm probably going to be building is out at the hog farm.
Are you lost, Tom?
It doesn't take much.
It's a very big, sprawling.
Oh yeah, like I would totally be lost if I
Okay,
was.
over here, out here, and across to the main house. We're gonna go somewhere a lot easier. I just wanted to show you where things were in case you needed to pick up some food or something.
Mm-hmm. No, I went and picked up a backup supply since everything is, waiting in a tombstone.
So we're gonna go up the stairs, around the corner, and up the stairs. Say hello to the pretty, pretty sea serpent. Hello, sea serpent. And then out the door.
The Hall of
and
Portals.
Yes. Oh, there are so many portals. You think Brian has a lot of portals over there. There's a lot more over here. So do you see this one I'm standing in front of right here?
I'm trying to locate you.
Okay, here. Turn around. I'm right behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, you can easily disappear in all the fire.
Oh yeah.
So this one right here in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one to the hog farm.
Mm-hmm.
Oink oink.
And it's a straight shot out that portal to the outside. I don't know. Can you tell I like building castles? I mean, I really like making walls. This wall's. Okay, so the idea. This wall's actually big enough that if you go up onto it, you can actually run all the way around. The wall's that big. It's human sized all the way around. Anywho, so this area was recently cleared for more piggies and wolves. Feel free to take any piggies and any wolves that you want for companions. They breed very, very quickly, and we have a lot of them. And they're 2-star wolves, which means they can take anything out in like 1 to 2 bites.
Mm.
So if you carry like 3 or 4 around with you, you might never have to fight at all ever.
You just do your own little mining and stuff.
Yeah. So I was thinking, wouldn't it be lovely to have a nice bridge? You can see where I've actually leveled it off right here to go across over to the other side. Because if I pull up my map, we are here at the Hog Village, which is now almost this entire island. Down here is the Lux Village, where all of our Luxes are. So all of the terrain from here to here, if you want to do anything, go wild, because it's just crazy wild land. Other than the giant, I spent a lot of time making a bridge across the gulf with the gully there, the gulf there, which you can see from here because is big and it's solid stone.
Mm-hmm.
All of this is wild. So anything that you wanted to grab from over here, if you wanted to just do stuff,
What is that noise?
I'm splashing around a lot. There's
Oh.
a lot of scared deer over here.
Ah.
Did I come all the way? Oh no, I didn't. Yay! But I came all the way over here without an axe. Because I know I have no wood on me.
Ooh.
Here's the one way you can still kill each other is with trees. I know I have been very careful a couple times to make sure that one landed right on Brian's head. It's only fair. Many times he's
I
killed me.
mean,
Yep.
not wrong.
Okay, so I'm gonna put up a quick thingy. This has been not the best week for me. My joints have found new kinds of pain, which I'm not a fan of. I thought they knew enough kinds of pain. I don't think they need to branch out. But they've decided that, it's a little boring, always, inflicting the same kinds of pain. So, why
New
not?
and creative outlets for.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, it is on the leg that I actually hurt. So, I mean, I guess fair, but the nice thing about getting rid of all of the stone workbenches. There you go, dum-dums. What are you doing? Oh, stuff spawning on the inside. Get back over here, dum-dums. Come on, dum-dums. We're going to play a fun game called Charlie Pushes You into the Water. No. Dum-dums. There's nothing over there, dum-dums.
Even computer game wolves get the zoomies.
Yes. Okay, dum-dum. Line up. Up and over, up and over. Come on. Eat it. Yay, you're in the water. Dum-dum number
That was
2.
funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, as many gray dwarves as are popping up, I'm gonna have to go get a few wolves.
That's what I was doing. I was bringing some over for you. I put it over by that work. The first one's over by that workbench.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd the other two go? Dum-dums. There you are, dum-dum. Come on back.
I mean, they like to be as silly and dumb as they can be.
Okay, dum-dum, you're going to go up and over and into the water. Up? No. No. Up and over. Up and over. Up.
It's like trying to put a real dog into the water.
You're gonna, up and over. There you go. Okay, dum-dum number 2.
I mean, anyone who's ever had a medium-sized dog.
I know, it's like trying to get them into a car.
I used to have a
I have the other 2 for you.
Ridgeback Lab mix, which is like a gigantic dog. Like, they're huge. And
Here you go.
he hated the water so much. Trying to give him a bath was like so difficult.
So growing up, we had a German short-haired. They are bred to be waterfowl hunting dogs. They even have webbing in between their toes. And ours hated water. Probably partially to do with the fact that, like, when we got our pool, my dad wanted to see how he would take to it and just chucked him into the water.
Oh.
Trust issues. What are those?
Yeah, and I don't even think he was a year old yet. We got him when he was like 6 months, and it was in the middle of winter.
Ooh.
Yeah. Maybe didn't think that one through too much.
Some cold water too.
Okay.
No, the chucking him in the pool wasn't in summertime. The water was warm, but
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Oh, gotcha.
when we got him, he was 6 months old, and
Yeah.
the middle of winter, so he was almost a year when we opened up the pool, and
I used to have to tie Dusty, that was his name, we had a trampoline in the backyard. And so I'd have to tie him up to the trampoline and get the hose out and like hose him down and then, shampoo him. And he hated the entire process.
I've successfully found a way to try to drown myself while standing. All right.
I mean, if you can't kill yourself by accident in a game, is it really worth playing?
I'm just saying, the whole like odd joy of this game is Brian is away. Maybe we won't die all the time.
I think you forget what game you're playing, though.
I have 2-star wolves in this game. So
Yeah, but you sometimes forget to eat and then you fall
I do.
off
I fall all the time. It's called christening my constructions with my blood. It's a very Viking tradition, really Gothic. But some people like to break a champagne bottle. I like to crack my own skull. It's just it's how I do.
It's a different kind of fruity drink.
Different. It's the same but different. It's like a special kind of wine that is aged with bitterness and regrets. I'm gonna go see if I have any of the other kinds of food. I'm gonna have to go unlock the front door in a moment. Oh, and do be mindful, we have killed so felines can spawn anywhere at night. I mean, the wolves will make very short work of them. And if needs be, just go back, stab a couple pigs, and get some meat to heal them up if they're not getting enough deer. That's why I have pigs everywhere.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. Do we have a cartography table here?
Yes, it's back at the main house. I thought I should have shown you that first. There's actually that stairwell we went up to go to the portals.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the bottom floor in the room just behind it. I forgot to. I just made sure it was up to date though. So if you want me to.
Tuesday, we finally had our game.
Yay!
Kat is, I think, slowly editing the video.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever Haley is able to post it, I'm not going to give away spoilers. I'm just going to say it was me, Kat, Veronica, and Chloe, and I laughed so hard my stomach hurt. I had to mute it one time because I was laughing so hard that I was snorting.
Why did
It was
you
a fun
mute
time.
it? I'm sure that was the best part.
I didn't want to make more work for Kat. She already like has to. I don't know if she's gonna cut out the giggles, but
Nice.
As per usual, I am walking with way more than I can carry.
Yeah, I dropped the wood off at the portal before I left.
Cool. Yeah, I was just grabbing some core wood because I thought a core wood frame might be a smart idea. Can take more
Structurally
damage.
sound. What?
What?
How you can tell I am not my husband.
You
I'm
don't
also gonna
enjoy
say
seeing how long it lasts?
that my class choice came in handy because I am the only healer.
See, that's the fun thing about Earth Dawn is there are no healers. Unless I bend the rules and bring in a custom class from way back in the day that has serious drawbacks.
See, isn't Earth Dawn the one with the Tarask?
It has a little bit of everything. Earth Dawn is the ill-fated prequel to is it Cyberpunk? Not Cyberpunk. Crap, my brain just froze. It is the magical prequel to a Cyberpunk game. Its name is completely escaping me right now. Mainly because I never really liked the original game. Okay, Woogs, this is not funny. It's just standing there. Why is there a chicken out here? See, chickens are everywhere. How did you get out here? You're supposed to be in the barn. How did you get
There we go.
Okay, it's fine.
Now I have a working map.
Yeah, one of these days I'm going to get on a boat and find more Misslins, but is it a leaf blower? I swear I hear a leaf blower right now, and that makes absolutely no sense because
Is that the vacuum you're hearing?
no,
No,
because
Joe stopped a while ago.
I took my headphones off because I was like, is that from me or from outside? No, it's from outside.
Oh.
I do hear that.
Might be a weed eater? Sounds like a leaf blower, though.
Huh.
I don't know what that is.
These poor
Woos.
wolfies, like, you left us.
There's so many wolves. Okay, time to get my groove back. All right.
Going on a bear hunt. Going on a bear. Gonna catch a big one.
Okay, come on. Oh.
You know, that song can have so many meanings.
So, since I am impatient and they are about to do season 2 of Foundation, and season 2 is not here yet, we've been doing a rewatch of season 1. And all I can think of with you singing that song is when they were trying to explain to Dawn that the song about hunting is not actually a song about hunting. but he is child, and it takes him a moment to be like, oh. And he didn't say it out loud, but you could see it like in his face of like, what is wrong with adults? Like, what is wrong with you people?
So much.
I feel like the actor kid really had a moment of, oh no, I think I actually understand what these lines are and what is wrong with people. And it was like, I'll use that for the role.
Tom, don't forget you left the door open.
Yeah, I'm heading back.
Oh, okay.
I just had lost some wolves and was like, let me just go back in and gather a few.
The nice thing is we have the wolves. We're like Arby's, except for we don't. Well, actually, we do eat the wolves. So I don't know. We're like Arby's.
Oh, you just got a new recipe.
Yeah, because apparently one of the chickens died.
That sounds like a thing that happens. Wait, that is too far away. Okay. I'll put another one over here then.
Come on, dum-dums. You can figure this out.
It's hard not to call them dum-dums.
Oh,
What did I do?
Oh, they just popped one of the boars out.
there we go.
Okay, I need to go get the door. So let's flip over to Tom if we're not there, and I'll be right back.
We're
Yeah,
on
we've been on
Tom's screen. Swimming, swimming, swimming. And then the little pack of wolves.
I mean, it's hard not to look at them and think of, that movie, and just like, I wonder what form I can get y'all to go form into if I just say the right words. You know, every time I see these little red mushrooms, I'm just like, no, these are not Mario mushrooms. They just should be.
That would be really cool if like it would make you like double in size,
Mm-hmm.
or like uh the other one makes you catch the leaf, so it wouldn't be the same. But I was like the one that shoots fire
Yeah.
or has the tail.
I
That would be
really wish I had caught the
hilarious.
beginning of this conversation. I'm like,
We
what?
were talking about Mario mushrooms.
Ah.
And you know, throughout the game, you see the little red mushrooms, and it's like,
What if
no,
it made you double in size? Or,
they don't
you know,
make you, you know, imagine you're bigger or anything.
they're no fun guy.
Somebody had to make a Brian style joke. I mean,
Oh, today Gloria and I
If
introduced.
if we were in Discord, I would have clicked on the sad trombone.
Oh, Charlie, today Glory posted a link for everyone to go watch the Saturday Night Live Gap Girls in the food court skit. Because really, you and Brian could do some of these skit bits.
see, once upon a time, when Brian wasn't so busy with the restaurant, because we didn't own it, we actually used to podcast together and got up to all manner of shenanigans.
I can imagine that.
It was a lot of fun. And I know that I still have listeners from those days because I still get requests from people going like, "Is Brian ever gonna come back?" I'm like, "No, he has left us. He has a new mistress now." I got to keep the kids in the divorce. Unfortunately, that means y'all are not my kids. So, but it's a benign kind of neglect that I have. So, I mean, that's kind of a form of love.
I mean, that's real parenting right there. So ADD is hit. What were you saying before about between these two locations with the Lux Village and the?
Oh, all that's just wild terrain. So, like anything that you want to do in there has no pre-existing plans for.
Okay.
It's like, well, I've needed a bunch of stone. I have left the two big stones in front of the hog village because they make for a good perch to fish from, and they look kind of cool. So, like, I've all the stuff around what has been built is kind of, approaching its final form, if you will. But everything between these two places, I have
Swim
no
for me,
idea.
puppies, swim.
Okay, so there's the question right there. Do we go build across the top, or do we use that for a railing? Top, railing. Top, railing. Uh, uh, I'm not good at decisions. Somebody make a decision. Let's do bottle. Let's do it as a railing. That works.
I mean, they are adorable when they have to swim though. They got their ears down.
So we actually got those 2-star wolves on the mountains just over there. You can actually kind of see the mountains from here. And I had to, because they won't get on a boat I don't know why the dogs won't get on a boat, but the dogs will not get on a boat to save your life. So I had to canoe very, very slowly from here all the way back to the mainland
Mm.
to get the woos over there. And I lost the first batch to a devastating sea serpent attack.
Oh no!
Because at that point, there was like, there's nothing I could do. Like, the sea serpent was
Yeah.
like, I am hungry and you are wolves. And I was on the little boat because it doesn't move as fast as the big boat because you have to move very, very slow because they are dum dums and they get distracted even in the water.
Yeah, they're not the best bodyguards.
There actually is a sea wolf. If you want to have fun, it's like the cryptid of the server. If you get on a boat and start sailing across the sea over there, periodically you will see the infamous sea wolf that fell behind and broke the follow command and is just now living its best life, swimming around, dog paddling in the sea.
Wow.
And I've tried to rescue it a couple times because there's part of me, as you know, that has a problem and has emotions for pixelated creatures that I consciously know are not real. Like, but at the same time, I have a problem, and I've tried to rescue them several times to no avail because dum dums will dum dum, no matter what you want to have the dum dums do.
Yes.
But I just feel like it adds a bit of flair to the server that we have our own cryptid, the lone sea wolf. It's just over there. I've actually watched it chase fish, and I've wondered from time to time, does it catch the fish? Can it catch the fish? I kind of want to watch a wolf catch a fish. All right. And because of that, you will find wolves everywhere. Because I carry them around with me everywhere. And where there are two wolves together, babies will just litter the terrain. How did a chicken get in this house? There aren't even supposed to be chickens over here. What's going on?
Chickens everywhere.
You know, watching these wolves go after stuff around here, I'm just reminded of the Three Wives of Dracula.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a decent analogy. They very much are the three wives of Dracula.
I'm just so hungry. And I say that because my actual reference in my head, no one else would get because no one watched it. But there was the Turbo movie with the snail
Oh my goodness.
had a Netflix cartoon series for 3 seasons. And among the other characters was a tick that was a little Dracula, has a son. And but it's a dog tick, so has no interest in anyone else.
I have
And
feelings
has
about
3 wives who, are obsessed with forks and spoons.
what, forks and spoons.
Yes, so whenever they go shopping, it's like, yes, he wanted more forks.
Why would a tick be obsessed with forks and spoons? I am very. I don't want to have feelings, but I'm having them anyway.
Be careful about asking questions. Sometimes they get answered. They were mostly just they loved shiny things. But yes, he was a dog tick who had a little flea Igor.
A little flea Igor. I mean, just that sentence alone.
A Fleagor?
Oh,
Look, I don't want to imagine. I don't want to admit, but like I have watched the cartoon a lot because it is a cute, ridiculous cartoon series. How just like being in my way.
well, in order to make everyone happy, I did remember to eat before I ran off into the weird, strange land to look for corewood. Oh, this die already. I know we're not on my camera right now, but the bridge I'm currently crossing, I've had to rebuild 4 times because of trolls.
Oh man.
I mean, seriously, do bridges summon trolls here?
I have a feeling it's gonna be a good night. Ah, crap. Hello. Felons. I am on fire.
Oh no.
I'm probably. Nope, I didn't die. Do wish I brought a healing potion with me, though. Sadly, I did not. I try to remember if it's the pine or the firs that gives the core wood.
Pine.
It's pine. Thought it was pine.
Firs suck.
My brain kept telling me it's the skinny one. And then I found a fir and a pine that were exactly the same width, and I was like, that's not fair. That's cheating.
So I'm working on my Substack post for next Thursday, and I'm only writing notes down. I'm not writing
Troll.
Ooh, a troll.
I don't know if I have arrows on me or not. I do not have any arrows on me. This is going to
Oh,
be
this is
fun.
going to be interesting.
Yeah, I have no arrows. Okay. Note to self: get arrows when I go back to the house. Okay. Hello, boyo.
Bestie's mom sent me a T-shirt for a birthday present.
Mhm.
I got yesterday, and it says, "Yes, I can drive a stick," but it's a picture of a broomstick.
He's dead.
Hi, Spence.
And then she got one made for Bestie that said, "My kids laugh at me because they think I'm crazy, and I laugh because they don't know it's hereditary."
That's sweet.
Ain't
I'm
that
like,
bad?
"Yes, please."
Oh, but I've been writing out the notes for my Substack post. It's gonna be such a long post. It is gonna be like I'm guesstimating it's gonna be about 3 times as long as what it currently is because I'm not even done yet, and
Hmm.
It's gonna be a long post.
Yeah, you know how mine are only like usually a couple hundred words?
Uh-huh.
I have a bonus one coming out on Saturday that's like 1,600 words. And I'm
Ooh,
like, that's long
nice.
for me.
Give me all the long content.
Interesting use of the term bonus.
I feel like that's my average.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
it's
mine
coming
is.
out on like not my normal day. I
So
usually try to post things on Tuesdays or and Thursdays, if not both. And then the fiction one comes out on Friday, and then I do my weekly goals on Sunday.
Mhm.
So I was writing up some thoughts for my like about my birthday, and I got very chatty.
so
Nice.
I am now 10 subscribers away from 100 on Project Shadow.
Woo!
Oh, nice.
I picked up like 8 today
Nice.
and a couple new recommendations. So
Awesome.
that makes me happy.
I got a random new follower today from it wasn't the person who commented on my post. It was someone else and I was like that was not what I was expecting, but awesome. I was expecting the person who commented if to be the person who uh subscribed, but it was not them and I was like, "Wow." So two extra people I don't know have read this.
Yeah, I actually went to office hours today
Oh, nice.
and I am terrible with names, but this there was one of the rarest of things to actually encounter on Substack, a fiction writer. Oh,
Hmm.
I know we're all there, but as far as finding fiction writers that aren't us, it's not been easy.
Hmm.
And she is doing a thing about uh, fiction, mental health, and trauma, and how it affects fiction. And I was like, well, the novella that I just did that just finished coming out is basically about coping with trauma in a epic fantasy setting where your trauma can embody itself.
Mm.
And
Spence says, "Ooh, I should Substack instead of
I still have
crochet. I'm setting up one exclusively for my Midwest Gothic universe. I should get back to that."
you have so many universes. I can't say anything. I have the same problem. But
Yeah,
anyway, I
I
think
should be
that
working on all of the ones I have planned for June, but what am I doing? Copying questions from the World Builders Journal that I got like, I don't know, 2 years ago. I've had this notebook um into a Google Docs so I can do some more world building for my fantasy adventure.
Nice.
Trying to do all the things that help me unlock ideas for um book 2 and beyond. I finished the outline for book 2 and I'm slowly starting to write it up.
Nice.
so I set up Obsidian this week, and I'm hoping that it will continue to be as helpful as it looks like it's going to be for doing all of the second brain stuff that
Mm.
I have really missed. It's free software. Obsidian.md is the website for it.
Ooh, it has a doctorate.
That's what I thought too. I can't remember what the MD actually stands for, but I actually read something that explained why it's MD. It's like it's one of the country codes. I can't remember which one, Moldova.
Moldova.
Um, but it's free. It's free to use. The only thing it has like a you can give us money as a thank you, or if you want the a more pro version that can do a little bit more, there's a thing that you can do for that. If you want it to sync to their phone app, that's a charge. But if you want it to sync just between two computers, you can save your files to like a Dropbox file, and sync it that way, and they're fine with that. If I get to the point where I have some extra money and it continues to be as useful as it has been, there is a very good chance that I will try to sign up for the sync, just because when I use a tool and I always get nervous that it's going to go away. It saves all of your documents as plain text. So should something happen and the software go away, all of your content is readable, and it saves them in a way that mirrors the folder structure that you set up inside it. So even if they were to go away, all of your stuff is still usable. But the thing that sold me on it is it uses Markdown, and basically you can build your own private wiki for free on your computer for all of your stuff. And as you start naming files, it will start recognizing the names of your files in other documents and include them in a list of unlinked, possibly related files.
Oh, cool.
Which is really nifty to help you start seeing how things that you're taking notes on or whatever might actually be related. I find that super cool. Really like that.
I'd say that does sound very useful.
Yeah. And it also has a really easy to set up template system, so that you can set up templates for things that you do regularly and just pull up the template and put it in the new document and run with it.
Cool.
And I love me some good templates. It's a thing I do way too much of, if I am being honest.
I mean, get that dopamine.
Yeah. Spence says, I'm planning on trying out putting some of my fiction work behind a paywall on that Substack for the Midwest Gothic universe.
So take everything that I will ever say about anything with all the grains of salt that are like capable of being taken without like dying from dehydration. But the more people that I talk to that are making what feels like to me an obscene amount of money for running a blog, are fairly adamant about how that the content is the advertising, and the way to actually make money is to set up the paywall so that people get early access, and then it sunsets to free. Again, this is the method that I've been playing around with, and I have made a total of, $120 from Substack so far.
I was gonna say, like, I've noticed that the people who tend to support are more of the impatient people than anything else. Of like, they just want to know now.
So I don't, like I said, I don't know how true that is in everyone and how that will work for everyone else. That's just the advice that I've been getting a lot from people.
Mhm.
Has anybody suggested how long to keep it before making it free? Like a week,
I think that
couple of
depends.
days? Like,
From what I understand, that would be like depending on the audience. So like for me, I'm doing I'm 2 weeks, so it's exclusive to pay my on Project Shadow. The content is exclusive to paid members for 2 weeks before it goes free to everyone.
mm,
Um, and again, like I said, as I have, this is all like I feel like it's weird hearsay because I have not the. Well, I guess I could say I do have some beta because I have made money over there.
mm.
Like I said, I've made about $120 so far from Substack. So maybe it's working. I don't feel quite comfortable coming off like an authority, like I really know what I'm talking about with Substack stuff, but because I am definitely not. But that is one thing that I keep hearing over and over and over again. So
Yeah, I took down my misadventures section because I was getting like no engagement. So I'm like, why am I doing this with all of these posts?
Spence says, "Ooh, I didn't know you could do that for the putting things behind a paywall and then letting it."
yeah, they have two options. You can either start free and have it sunset to behind the paywall, or you can start it off behind the paywall and have it sunset to free. So those options will appear uh, depending on which state you have it in.
And you don't have to do it for every individual post, right? Like you could do a blanket thing setting,
Um,
right? I thought I saw that.
so okay, so they have. I know they have one that will automatically, after so long, automatically puts your stuff behind a paywall. I do know that is a thing. What exists? I do not.
Let me see.
I do not know that there is a universal one to go the other way.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
where's the forge kept?
It should be in that main room. Should be and back in the main castle. There was one here, but I think Brian stole it.
Spence says, "That feels way less sleazy."
Because
Yeah,
Brian,
you're
Brian,
right. It's a blanket setting to put everything behind the paywall. I'm not gonna do that.
yeah, because that to me is the thing. Like it's one of those things that makes intuitive sense and is how once upon a time, back in the olden days of the internet, I definitely was able to make money. Like when I was building up my book selling initially, I did the thing that I don't know that any human ever should do, and that's I listened to Cory Doctorow, and there is one in the main house with the portal.
I found it. Just on the opposite side I was looking.
And kept stealing things, so I thought I'd run back and see.
Mm.
Meaning, yeah,
And
it's Brian. Welcome to ADHD.
even with uh, giving everything away for free, I still was able to sell quite a few copies of the book. And that's the thing that I learned and kind of took to heart. The people that are going to take the free copy and not like contribute to Patreon or stuff, which we didn't have Patreon back then. There was a donation plugin that you could use from Amazon. I don't know if anybody even remembers that, but
It only worked some of the time.
yeah. And of course, there's always been the PayPal, which please don't use PayPal. Peter Thiel's a monster.
Also, God, they take such a cut.
Yes,
Yeah.
You'd think they were drug lords.
really would, because it's like 30%,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous.
Yeah, when Laura sent me the go right at Starbucks money a couple months ago, um, yeah, I think it took off it took off a couple bucks. And she sent it through Kofi, and I guess I didn't. I for some reason had PayPal and Stripe checked, and it defaulted to PayPal.
Mm.
So I unchecked PayPal, so now it'll just do Stripe.
Yeah.
Stripe doesn't take as much.
Stripe is more like a regular processor.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to find a much better rate, even if you're a large business, than what Stripe's charging.
Spence says, and also PayPal isn't actually a bank, so you don't have any real legal protections if they F you up.
Yeah.
And they have given themselves in their terms of service the right to take up to $10,000 away from you at any time without giving any explanation. Which I feel like people should definitely know.
Yeah.
Because had them do that to a friend of mine, and yes, I am still bitter. Now, it's surprising that I, of all people, would still be bitter. Okay, Wolves, why are you freaking out? Are you trying to join?
Yeah, they're trying to follow me.
They're trying very hard. Several of them have fallen into the water. Let's try this. See if that helps. Okay, you go. They're on their way. Okay, so we at least have a bridge now. It's kind of pretty. It just needs to be covered and made prettier.
Spence says, Stripe is why we can't have smut on Medium anymore.
Mm.
Medium is why I was really afraid to try out. Just don't forget to breathe. Oh. Medium is why I've been very concerned. I was very concerned to even try out Substack because my experience with Medium was not pleasant.
Mm.
In fairness to them, it's not like a true horror story. They didn't. I was not betrayed, but I made the mistake of volunteering for early access to certain features, including when they first rolled out the magazines and everything else over there, and my account got very messed up for a while.
Mm.
Mm. Spence says they threw a whole hissy fit about sex work a couple of years ago now, and their description included erotica.
That gives me feels, not the happy ones.
Yeah.
is I don't see anything wrong with people who engage in sex work.
Yeah.
I'm always
I
concerned that people are being exploited, but I've known people that have made their living that way.
Well, my thought is about the exploitation is, but you're not. They don't have a problem with the when you're exploiting people for every other work. Why is it suddenly this one though? But they could be exploited. Capitalists exploit everyone. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
capitalists do.
And y'all are okay with everyone else's exploitation.
And to me, that's one of the reasons why, like with everything, including drugs, things need to be safe, legal, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
taken
I mean,
care of, because that's how they get away with doing the bad things. Because if you're doing something that is technically illegal, you're not going to report any crimes that are done to you.
yeah, and I often suspect that's the real reason why they try to keep it from being legal is because then they'd have recourse.
Yeah. It really does feel like that to me, and that is scummy in all of the worst ways.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for better or worse, on YouTube today, I finally watched to see what it was going to look like. But believe it or not, did a video on essentially the why Christian nationalists do not want a Christian nation, and that's a lie. As he just takes every single one of their talking points and shows how biblically that is entirely contradicted. They
Yeah.
just want power.
Yep.
Because here's what the Bible says, and it's not anything they want.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite means of argumentation against people like that, because while some people are not reachable, there's a shocking number, and I know a lot of people don't believe me when I say this, but there are a shocking number of true believers out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this because I used to be one of them. Like, I know that they exist because I was one of them. I was part of a very evangelical cult and believed a lot of things that were very harmful for me, the universe, and everything else.
Yeah, I liked the very beginning point for Believe It or Not of, in his experience, the more somebody actually reads the Bible, the less they want a biblical um, legal system or system based on the
Yeah.
Bible.
Spence says, which
Well-
is why Substack's TOS has a thing about erotica too, nothing for sexual gratification.
When I was showing you guys that Hell's Bells, what she has up on YouTube the other night, I think one of like the people that came down was like, I believed in, or you need to be more like Jesus, that's why you ended up in hell. And the girl working behind the desk is like, oh yeah, I'm friends with prostitutes, I blah 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 blah.
Well, see, that's the thing that got me. That's what actually got me out of evangelicalism, is I did the thing that they really don't want you to do. I read the Bible.
Yeah, they hate it when you do that.
Yeah, the Jesus that they preach is not the Jesus that's actually in the book. Because, you can say your Jesus would never have done X, Y, and Z, but, the Jesus in the book did enough that everybody thought that he was just a lecherous party animal, which means he was going to parties with liquor.
He was also a refugee. His family.
Yeah.
No. My favorite one though is he was, and well, he could be a petty bitch. Because anyone who spends an entire morning and afternoon braiding a flail to go whip everybody in a market because they are so annoyed at everyone there, that's some petty anger issues right there. Like, it takes a little while to do that much braiding.
Yeah. And also, once you spend enough time like around rabbis to understand like how that kind of argumentation works, you realize how many of the things that a lot of Christians take as like the truth was just Jesus being really snarky in a very rabbinical way.
Yes.
Like, you have to understand like the three stories that he's referencing to get the, oh, you're saying that. Oh, okay. But like, because that's the other thing that we forget is all but one of the Gospels were written by Jewish authors, and you can tell. Like, there's a
Wait,
lot of like,
I learned this in high school. Um, Matthew
yep.
or
Hmm.
Luke?
Well, Luke was the
Which
one
one?
not written. Luke was the one written by a Gentile.
Oh, okay. I knew it was one of those two.
Yeah.
But that's why Luke's a little different than the others.
I learned that in ninth grade. I had to reach way back.
But it's one of the things that they don't want people to really think too much about because anti-Semitism is very good for business. See Elon and his recent posts.
I remember my dad briefly led a Bible study um at the parish that I grew up at, and I think it was something he had to do when he was doing his diaconate stuff through the seminary.
That sounds
And
right.
when he it was like me, a friend of his, and then a whole bunch of older ladies. And when you tell a group of 70, 80-year-old white-haired white ladies that Jesus was dark-skinned, Jewish, and they went, oh, the pearl clutching. Oh, the pearl
Oh, the
clutching.
pearl clutching. Yeah.
What?
As much as the Greeks try to claim Jesus was theirs, Jesus was still dark-skinned. Very dark-skinned.
Like it's very frustrating to me because, like I said, I know a lot of people that pay their way through college and just made a living off of doing cam stuff, stripping. Have a friend to this day who is a dominatrix in New York and makes a very good living. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's just, and especially when you're talking to a Catholic, just remind them that St. Thomas Aquinas, because a lot of Catholics shut up when you quote Aquinas because, doctor of the church, everything that they've probably ever learned started with, Aquinas said, because, Catholic. Aquinas very famously said the brothels are like sewers. They're not pretty to look at, but necessary for the proper functioning of any city.
You're not going to hear that quoted in the Sunday homily.
And that man's a saint.
Saints take on a very different feeling when you find out what the requirement was to be a saint for the first millennia
Yeah,
of the
it's true.
church.
You're not wrong.
That's what I learned. It's like, wait, that's what it was to be a saint?
They this podcast was on a couple months, several months hiatus. But I like to listen to this podcast called Pontifex, and they go through the biographies of all of the popes. They are just now reaching the ends of the 900s.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
about to the really fun period.
yes. I
Um,
say, I loved that. Gordon and I talk often about that book of the sex lives of the popes.
Because not that the popes before that didn't have some fun and extremely scandalous behaviors, but oh my, there's some things coming that yeah, you're gonna have to
and
brace
it's
yourself for.
definitely like funny, and they poke fun, lots of irreverent humor. So I would never recommend this to my two best friend's aunt, who is a nun. Um,
I don't know. Some of the most irreverent jokes I've ever heard were told to me by nuns.
not this nun.
Okay, I'm just saying. I used to
not this nun.
spend a lot of time with the nuns at the Sisters of Charity in Emmitsburg, Maryland, and I've heard things come out of a nun's mouth that
No, I mean she's a sweetheart, but mm,
I've said it
very
once.
serious when it comes to.
If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. You have not lived until you've been body checked by a nun in hockey.
Um,
There's you don't know that that's missing in your life until it happens to you, and you're just like, somehow my entire life makes sense now.
um,
Weird.
but like if there's a pope that was made a saint and they don't have like a they're a patron saint of blah blah blah, they will assign one. And some of them have been so funny. Um, I think one because in his portrait he had big lips, so they made him the patron saint of chapstick.
One of
I mean, I really feel like there does need to be the patron saint of chapped lips.
Um, let's see, who are they up to
Oh
now? 'Cause I know
wow,
they're getting to the end of the 900s.
really bad inside Catholic joke for anybody who may or may not get it. Well, if they ever do fully canonize Pius XII, they do have a patron saint of chapped asses.
Oh,
Yeah, I said it. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, it's a really long story. He was a bad man. Suffice it to say, he was a very bad man. He never found a dictator that he didn't kiss up to or that didn't kiss up to him.
Let's see. I think I'm still a couple episodes behind, so um because we're like 8 gigs out of 10 on the data plan, and my mom texted me like, "You're the one that's been using a lot of data this month. Knock it off." I'm like, "Sorry."
Mom podcasts.
um, we're like, "But mom, Anna likes to listen to music in the car a lot."
So I just had a really dark thought that would make for a very bizarre and sad podcast. I don't know how many people would actually listen to it, but like if we used the everybody gets recorded locally feature so that everything was broken up into separate tracks and just released a podcast of the things that I say without anybody else, like a Garfield minus, Garfield without Garfield kind of
Yeah.
vibe. Like I'm pretty sure it would be like a very dark, weirdly, like weird existential crisis that never ended.
Spence says giggle/snort.
We
I'm not
did the
saying that.
record locally on Tuesday. We'll see what Kat has to put together.
Spence says, I need that podcast, Charlie.
Might be something to play around with, because that does sound, I mean, full of despair and
Oh, I am
darkness.
caught up. Okay. Da, da, da. The most
Yeah.
recent episode is Pope Romanus.
One of the creative popes. I don't know. Roman?
If
It's Diane Duane's birthday.
I mean, the other
Mhm.
So she's selling
really,
her entire back catalog for $44 on her website.
the other really fun thing that you're about to get
Also,
into
she's
is the
giving away a
period
whole
of the
bunch
many,
her
many
books for
popes.
free because she'll do what she wants, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
I love the period of many, many popes because
Just
I have used it. We've
there are
wielded them as a cudgel
Yeah.
against many a priest.
eBooks Direct.
Yeah.
If you wanted to pick up
And
any of her DRM free.
Yeah, I
fun.
think the last couple episodes have only been like 25 minutes long, and sometimes they're like 45
Oh,
minutes,
got it.
pushing an hour.
So she's selling her entire
yeah, but soon you will be to the pope, to the pope that ends all popes, and that's Gregory, the man who thought so much about himself he named a calendar after himself. We tell time using his name. And I think that may have been the least egotistical thing he did in his papacy, so that'll be fun.
I'll be right back.
I'll be here working on bridge. It's
And
now a
because
covered bridge.
there are so many Pope Johns, they take I forget which one of the D&D books, and like they do like a random role name for like a nickname.
Today I can make this very easy for you. Pope John the 23rd was made a saint, and he was the last of the popes John so far. 23. There are 23. I mean, 23 popes John.
Yeah, they've gotten through number 8 so far.
There have been 23 popes John. 23. And Pope John the 22nd wanted to lead a new crusade because he felt that what the world was missing was a violent war to end all Freemasonry.
So which Pope Gregory? Because they've gone through number 4.
I think, was it Gregory the 10th?
Okay, there's a ways yet.
No, because they start dying off pretty fast. Well, I mean, Pope Gregory,
Episode-wise.
yeah. Gregory that was the Gregory I'm talking about was the Pope during the turn of the millennium. He was Pope at year 1000. He was a Pope that's so shady, there are literally to this day conspiracy theories that he messed up all of time just to be the Pope at the year 1000. I'm not
And-
I'm
lying.
sure they'll get into that.
And there's no, and truly, and they're so shady. Like, there's nothing that contradicts that he would have pulled this.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with the whole thing. Is like, no, I mean, probably not. I mean, yeah, it is the kind of thing he would do, but just stop. Okay, you're hurting my head. Because yeah, he did stuff.
And when I was putting laundry away, I was listening to this show called The Short History of, which used to be hosted by Paul McGann. That's what got me into it. But then he left for probably other projects.
Seriously,
Um,
second worst Doctor.
Very nice voice though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm not going to disagree with that. Also, seems like a really nice man, just in general. But dear God, why did they do all that stuff with his very, very short-lived Doctor?
Because before Chibnall.
They did things. They tried
I'm
to
back.
they tried to retcon the Doctor and say that he was human all along. Like
Yeah.
they made choices with his
Doesn't
Doctor.
don't they make a joke about that with
Yes.
in during Tennant's run?
Yes.
Like, yeah, no, I was delusional. Like,
And they made weird choices. He was human, but somehow still had two hearts.
Well, he was half human.
Oh,
His
that's right. They
mother
did.
was human.
That's right. His mother was human. And Eric Roberts played the Master. Like, why Eric Roberts? Like, what? Just why?
For me,
Like,
it's not even the Eric Roberts part. It's more of the Master is now a shape changer.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's that.
That's the real part to me of like, what were they thinking?
They made a lot of decisions. Incomprehensible. Wow, you chose to do that. Decisions.
Oh, look, it's a table in the water. It's a picnic table. Now all it needs is a feast.
Wait, before you run back, stupid, make sure you have all the stuff to make the stone cutter. You grabbed iron. Is iron the only thing you needed that you didn't have on
Nope.
you?
You need some stone. You need wood.
I have stone. I have wood. That's the stone oven, dum dum. Stone cutter. Stone and wood, which I still have down there. So yeah, I should have all the stuff. Yay! Stone. Wood. Stone cutter. All right. Way too much iron, but it's okay.
I feel like as clingy as these wolves are, I'm really having some flashbacks to watching Hotel Transylvania and
I
Wolfman's family.
I kind of hate how much I love Hotel Transylvania.
No. Best tweet I have seen in a while of the, what's the last thing you'd want tweeted on your account? So no one, so you never have to see everyone's argument back. And someone posted, why is Hotel Transylvania the most perfectly animated CG cartoon movie?
Oh, that is violence, and I'm having a hard time arguing with it.
That's just it. Like, that was the problem, is like, it is technically perfect. And that is upsetting in so many ways. It has no right to be. Other than, it's Jendi Tartakovsky
blah blah blah.
doing the show running of like, yeah, this is what he always likes. He loves combining new and old style.
This is true. We are very excited. We haven't got to watch it yet, but what's Kendi Tartakovsky's new show? Something Unicorn Warrior?
Yeah, Unicorn Warrior is the new one.
We have it set up, but we were going to let it get a couple episodes before we started.
It looks interesting.
I feel like you can say that about everything he does, though.
Yeah.
He has a very distinctive, I wouldn't even say style, but I would say voice.
Yeah.
The animation.
Like you can tell he grew up on Chuck Jones
Oh, yeah.
cartoons and such. And then that's kind of what he's always interested in emulating is if you're not going to use cartoons to their fullest extent, why are you working in cartoons?
Yeah. Honestly, that's my biggest frustration with so much. I don't even know what to call it. I'll just say cinema. Lately,
Cinema
It-
verite.
like people keep forgetting that these are movies. Like I feel like half the time I just want to scream, "Yeah, no, this is a movie, right?" Because something really, really bad has happened to the human psyche where, and I know cinema verite actually does play a part in that really bad thing, where it's like, yes, it's lovely when something feels so well written that it could have happened. Like that you just lost in it as if it was the real world. Yes, beautiful. Not mad at that. It's just sometimes I want to just go see a movie that knows it's a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are so many things that you can do with film that are brilliant for storytelling
Yes.
that you can't do in live theater or any of the other media that's available to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it just feels like a lot of not just filmmakers but these self-important film critics that have all of the opinions nowadays just seem to forget.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, but
I mean, Wes Anderson should not stand out as much as he does.
he really shouldn't, because, and I'm not saying that he's never made a good movie. There are some of his movies that I do really enjoy, but the reason his movies feel special is he always remembers that he's making a movie.
Mm-hmm. And it can be as ridiculous as the elements are needed.
Yeah. And that's
When I went out down the hall a while ago to get myself a drink after Joe had stopped vacuuming, um, he used some kind of cleaner to really like get everything good. And I walk into the living room where he's sitting there watching TV, and I go, to quote Space Jam, "Lemony fresh." That got him laughing.
Spence says Wes Anderson is a basic bitch and a pretty filter, but that's what we want from him. LOL.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I love the Instagram trend of, don't Wes Anderson your life.
But that's the thing, though. He gives you a cinematic experience, and love it or hate it, like, isn't that what you went to a movie to go see? You know,
Yeah.
and I feel like a lot of modern cinema forgets to, be a movie, and it's very frustrating.
I mean,
Spence
it's
says, "Oh, continue."
I would say like that's why like I love Star Trek overall. I enjoy most of Star Trek. But I totally watched 2 hours of Jesse Gender doing a shit post on everything messed up about Star Trek canon.
Yeah.
Of like, yes, I am here for a real deep fan of a large series, with so much different shows involved in movies, to totally talk crap about all of it. Of like, I love it with Star Trek, I mean Star Wars as well. Of like, yes, tell me what makes this ridiculous.
Spence says that trend inspired a whole ass project for myself for next year. LOL.
I'm so
I mean, like,
curious.
my favorite ones have included the "you better not be turning your disability into a Wes Anderson scene," and there's someone like just yes, just their life in as someone who needs wheelchair most of the time, but not
Mhm.
always. Of just yes, all of their life. So much sounds like go on. I love this.
But in so many ways, that's why there are so many classic filmmakers that are still talked about today, and it's because they remembered that they were making movies, and their films are still striking because they're doing things that are so special that they still to this day stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, like, I was thinking about that the other day because I was watching something and they made the obligatory "Hi, I know I have seen." I'm talking about film, so I guess we have to talk about Orson Welles now. Moment, but there's a reason he keeps coming up, and
Tell
like,
me about the peas.
What?
you started it. You did that to yourself. Enjoy.
Okay, so real quick, the whole thing about the peas is that yes, he is a great director and producer of movies and stories and all that. But the last acting role he had that everyone saw him for was selling Sal peas, frozen peas, in advertisement.
Yep.
And they were so ridiculous that he is overacting this. And that's his last film role. Because his last audio role was, Transformers,
Yep.
the movie.
The voice of Unicron.
That he had no idea what was going on. He just was hamming it up from his hospital bed, literally, on the phone. Those were
wow.
all phone call recordings.
Wow.
But yeah, that's the joke about "tell me about the peas."
Uh,
And that's why Animaniacs, I think, also did a thing about the peas
Yes.
with Orson Welles.
Yep.
that's funny.
So yeah,
I got
that's all
really
about that.
excited. I thought Brian was home. Did he psychically think he was about to head home and that you're preemptively excited? You do that sometimes. You do that sometimes. Now, I have a thing on my lap, and it's not you. Well, we'll see if the psychic doggy is right. She usually is.
Is that her nickname, the second doggy?
No, the psychic doggy.
Oh, psychic. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, that makes more sense.
Yeah, she has an uncanny ability to predict Brian's arrival home.
I was just like, really, the second doggy of the apocalypse?
Oh, Sasha, you want to be the second doggy of the apocalypse? Don't look at me like that. I think that was a no. She gave me a very serious, like, you wouldn't do that to me, would you, eyes? And the answer is technically yes. Yes, I would do that to you, but I won't now because you made me feel bad. Alrighty. It's dark out. We're putting some roofs across the new bridge because it's kind of a bridge. Pig on it.
I got bored, so I built a bridge as well. So I don't have to swim between, Lux Village and Swinetown.
But we do have a portal that goes to each. But
I know, but sometimes you just want to go to the uncharted lands.
in the wonderful war of the
Whoopsie.
wolf carpet.
I may have unleashed a Lux upon the wilds. Oh, this is going to get awkward.
There should be in the only house with a door, a saddle, in theory.
Let me just put a little doorway here. Because it be like that sometimes.
My steak has arrived.
Ooh. I don't even like steak, and I want steak now. Wait, I want to make soup. So just a warning, we may be having soup soon.
Ooh.
Peanut
Yeah.
and I went with my mom to Applebee's tonight, and she's like, I want the Bourbon Street chicken and shrimp, but that's what I got sick on the last time because I don't think the shrimp was cooked right.
Ooh.
And she's like, but the chicken is really good. And I'm like, one, was it this location? She was like, no, it was closer to where your sister lives. I'm like, okay. Two, ask, even if it's for an extra charge, if they'll like swap the shrimp for more chicken. And I think it was an extra couple of bucks. And the waitress was like, oh yeah, we could do that.
Spence says, I think I've hit like peak ADHD.
Oh no. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, or depends on the situation?
I'm just like, there was something Charlie was going to bring up that I have now forgotten what it was.
Yes,
but it's something about Orson Welles.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But I will say, because I'm not saying it live on the internet, remind me on Sunday to explain the weird thing that happened to my leg yesterday.
Okay.
I mean, I can tell those that are on call.
Yeah.
Are
I know what you mean.
I'm not. My life's gotten weird and I don't know how to handle. Any of it.
Sean cooked this couscous perfectly. It's delicious. Goes so well with the steak juices. It's just delicious.
mean, but I get why Charlie's like, I don't like steak. It's like I've had a lot of bad stuff at so many locations. It's like I understand when people are like, I don't like this meat or that. It's like, yeah, there's not a lot of good around.
Also, like I do not experience beef as having a lot of flavor. I am told that it does. I feel like I have that thing that people have with cilantro, but for beef.
It's yeah, say no. I've seen. I know that feeling. Beef definitely is a. It's kind of an MSG food where if you cook it right, you can get a lot of extra flavor out of it, but most people don't. But you need the right additions to it to really get all the flavor people are interested in. Whereas, yeah, no, there's a lot of beef out there that just has very little flavor.
Also, I have to be very careful with beef because there are several meat preservatives that I am allergic to, and they are very often put in raw beef. You can, I'll put it to you this way: if you have bought raw beef and it was bright ass pink, it will kill me. I mean, it won't kill me, but it'll make me feel like I'm dying for a week.
Oh, it was what is it? Ammonia?
It's one of them. There's also a couple of the two of the three preservative salts that I'm allergic to.
Yeah, Glory's got a similar problem. Hence we cannot buy frozen beef patties because they are all.
Yep. Don't die. Remember to breathe. Remember to breathe.
I won't die.
It was worth it.
It was. The food is so good.
But it took forever to figure out that it was actually the beef that I was allergic to. Because the symptoms that I was having, it was just like, I don't know, I guess I'm dying now.
Yeah. You wouldn't be the first one I've heard this from.
You can switch over to my camera real quick. I was meaning to show you this at night. And it's nice and foggy, so it's really pretty.
Ooh.
So that's the Wolf Temple at night with the wisps. Because they're all floating around the door. And then when you go inside, eventually there'll be a couple usually flying around up in there too.
Nice.
I put the blue fires in here so that they would match the wisps. So it looks like we have like captured wisps in there.
Nice.
Come on.
I just wanted to do that real quick because yeah, it's sunrise, all the wisps have flown away. And I was meaning to show that to y'all, and I got to do it. So yay!
I mean, it is pretty.
Also, while we're here on mine,
while we're waiting, Spence says, I'm following 3 different conversations, watching 2 different games, and aggressively unraveling this old project to harvest the yarn.
get thyself an obsidian. I really want to see what your brain map looks like. I can't wait to see what mine looks like too, but I really want to see yours. Oh, that's the other thing is navigation wise, you've got the regular folder structure. You can tag things and navigate by tags, or it actually makes webs of all of your connected things that you've linked together so you can see how everything is connected, and it makes clusters and it colors the clusters different colors. And it's so cool. I'm kind of in love with it. I'm hoping
Spence wants to know, what's an obsidian?
Obsidian.md. It is a second brain app that I have started using this week, and I am really enjoying it. I've already gotten 3 posts for my Substack written because of it.
Nice.
Because I literally just started throwing my notes into it, and it saw common words between them, and I was like, oh, yeah, that would be an article, wouldn't it? Oh, that would be an article, wouldn't it? It's bare bones at the moment, but is covered bridge.
Woo!
And it has 2 entrances. One over here, one over
Look at
here,
you go into so much effort.
and one over here. I like building. It's my favorite thing. But what's really going to be fun is now that the bridge is there, I wanted the bridge there because with this thing, I'm going to turn this into a temple.
Into a what?
Ah.
Into a temple.
Ah.
Woohoo.
Which is going to be tricky, but will be fun. I love incorporating the stone circles into structures. Ah! Wolf carpet.
One's on top of the rest of them.
Just ride the wave, man. Ride
I
the
bet
wave.
they're going after something.
You're following Tom.
I feel like it's one way to punk other people in this game. Just run by and outrun a whole lot of wolves.
It is an option.
Wait, come back, play with me, take me with you.
Now that we have the stone circle here, I get to be the annoying person that I am and start running grid lines in to find the center of it. And then not exactly sure what kind of.
Spence says, and I'm already confused. I'll watch some YouTube videos tomorrow, lol.
Remind me, there's a channel that I found. If you search, there's a channel that has a really good playlist that's just Obsidian for beginners. And she goes through and explains everything. It's actually really, really, really easy to use. And if you don't know Markdown, you should. I would actually focus more on learning how to write Markdown.
I've been hearing a lot about Obsidian on notes. A lot of people have been bringing it up.
Yeah, I actually ran into an old friend of mine from back in the Google Plus beta on there, and they mentioned notes, and I contacted them, and they're like, "What? You're not using this?" No, your brain is broken. You need it. And I was like, "Yeah, you're not wrong." I've created, I think, four or five vaults because I decided I wanted my things separate. I basically created one for each of the settings that I write in and one for each of the substacks because the topics are different.
Yeah.
The nice thing is a lot of the templates I can use in common, so only had to make templates once, but
oh my goodness.
I have been using it every day since I downloaded it, and I've tried a lot of these kinds of apps before, and that's usually not the case.
I'm tempted to try it, but I'm also really satisfied with Notion. So
that's the thing is, if Notion works for you, Notion is probably.
But I like new shiny tools.
Because the thing is,
new pleasure.
Yeah, because Notion doesn't work for me, and it actually, the selling point for me was the best app like this that I ever had was called The Brain, and it was just a webbing, like it was just like doing outline webs constantly without end, and it was glorious, and I loved it, and you could put all of your stuff in there, and it was great. And how many more times can I say I loved it before y'all get really annoyed? I loved it. It was great. And when they stopped support for it, I died a little bit on the inside because I was like, I will never, ever be organized again. And while I would love to say that that was just my gothic melodrama, kind of been true. So I'm kind of hoping, because it has some similar functionality, that it will bring back that one thing that my life has been missing for a very long time. Organization. Because the other really cool thing about it is it has a plugin for Google Reader, for Kindle, for the Kindle Cloud Reader.
Mm-hmm.
Grab all of your highlights and notes from your Kindle books
Oh, nice.
and make a note for each book. So I was able to like just have it import all of my highlights from every book that I've ever read in Kindle, which is way too many books,
Wow.
without having to do anything. And that's actually where some of the ideas have started coming from for new posts, because I was like, oh wait, yeah, I did read that, didn't I? Huh. Oh, I forgot that was a thing. You know,
Yeah.
that problem that you have when you read way too many books and have ADHD, and you're like, I should really do something with this information. What do you mean there's a new book on a topic that I'm really into? Yeah, all of the pigs are very angry. I may have just used the obliterator in front of them.
I mean, that's a quick fry method.
It will actually kill any pigs that are too close to it. Experience. I've seen it happen. So I do think you should get fried pork from it.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I mean, it would be fun if that's the method to get bacon in the game.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Yes.
You offer or just to offer the pig meat to the gods. I have offered every kind of meat there is to Thor, just in hopes that it would return some kind of weird food stuff.
Hmm.
So far, it has not. It's always.
I mean, they really need to like integrate a recipe system into the obliterator.
Yes.
That would be fun.
That would be.
With, probably a little bit of a random generator.
Like every so often you put in like, I don't know, 10 logs and you get an apple.
No, like, so if you put a bunch of different things in there and there's more than one recipe that it could make, so that you can accidentally stumble upon, it could give you this, but it takes a while to figure out what it is you put in there that actually made it.
So what was it? Was it Final Fantasy X that had the alchemist system that was kind of like that? Where you could take any 3 items. Yeah, because it was Riku who could do it, and she was in Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
You could take any 3 items over to the alchemist table and mix them together to see if you got a thing or if it just blew up in your face.
Yeah.
A lot of things just blew up in your face.
I was going to say, so much just went boom. But it was fun.
It was.
I mean, I think also in 8, there was something similar as well.
Yeah.
With one of them, but it's been a while since I've played.
The one game that the boyfriend and I play quite frequently is Crash Team Racing, and we just had to get the version for the PS5 because we had the version for the PS4, and when we upgraded, it did not like transfer over like some of the games did. So
Aw.
we had to, but luckily when we bought the game, we could still have all our data from the PS4 game.
That's
So
cool.
like we got to keep, because for the first year they did like every month they would have a new like track and new like uh characters and other stuff to like win. And so
Mhm.
one of them was Spyro, and I love driving as Spyro in Spyro's little. Actually, I drive the um, cart from Nina's Nightmare, which was like this Halloween themed one, and it's really cool. I really like, and it's purple, so or I've made it purple, so because you can choose whatever color you want.
That's really
It's
weird
fun.
because you famously do not like the color purple.
I know. It's like
Like the one
what
thing everybody knows about you.
so bizarre that I would choose the color purple. It's just not me at all.
If anybody knows anything, because it's the two things that everyone knows about Megan. She hates the color purple, and she can't stand hippos.
Exactly. Yeah. This is just common knowledge.
It's common knowledge. Everybody knows. So tomorrow I will be listening to the same 5 songs on repeat all day. So, also off. Phantomine.
Pourquoi?
Phantomine, the new EP from Ghost, comes out tomorrow.
Oh, that explains a lot.
I've already heard 2 of them. They've released as singles. Jesus He Knows Me. Their cover of Jesus He Knows Me, and their cover of the Iron Maiden song The Phantom of the Opera. And I have so many questions about both. It really shows that YouTube is a lie. Like, YouTube is just a lie. Everything about YouTube is a lie. Because I don't even think I'm allowed to say on Twitch and BTOS a thing that happens at the end of that video with involving
Oh,
the self-gratification of a bunch of hockey players and one
interesting.
person kneeling in front of them.
I think that's called the 5 and 1 meme.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure if that was not on a channel by a company, a band that was funded by BMG and the RIAA, it would have definitely been taken down.
I know it is always weird the stuff they can get away with.
Yeah, because it is very like very few things make me clutch my pearls, and I kind of clutched my pearls a little bit when I saw it. Though they also put out a podcast for that preacher who may be showing his devotion to the hockey team.
I mean, that's a way to launch a podcast.
But the biggest discussion point is whether or not the sarcophagus that opens in the Phantom of the Opera video that they put out is real or CG. Because we know that the things that are inside it were originally designed in 3D because they actually released a short thanking the artist and showing some of the early renders.
Mm-hmm.
But also they announced that they bought a 3D print of it. A life-sized 3D print of it. And I'm like, is it just for the concert? Is that what's in the video? Or are you just like lovingly showing off this glorious thing as it was 3D printed? Like, what? I have questions, and you're not answering them because not just Swedes. But I have questions. Like, why is Tirzo's crucifix on everything? Because the great slander that's been going on, he's technically dead.
I mean, but isn't technically dead just another way of saying mostly dead? You know, if there's anything we learned from watching The Princess Bride.
I mean, I feel like they're just
I
truly
was so about
trolling.
to quote.
It's not dead. It's just mostly dead. I just feel
Mostly
like they're.
dead, slightly alive.
I just feel like they're trolling the fan base because a lot of people are expecting him to return from the dead now. Because why else would they be doing it? It's like to troll all of us. Like that time they tricked us into watching a 48-hour live stream that was the same 5 minutes of video repeating.
Oh, that's
To
funny.
troll us. It's how he gets his giggles.
Which also reminds me, there was a photo I hadn't sent you, Charlie, that made me think of you. I sent it to our on Discord to our little game group. Enjoy, y'all.
Here it is. Let's say,
I'm not on
what, am I not a
Discord.
part of the game group?
You are?
No, it took a while for it to come through.
Oh.
Oh my.
Do I send it to you?
Here is your 0. That's hilarious. I've never wanted to like have a bug collection before, but you know, I just kind of want to have one of those in a frame, just so when my Aunt Karen comes over to the house, she sees it.
Spence wants to know what's the picture of. Do you want to?
I'll send it to you, Spence.
I'm going to find the center of this thing, or it looks as best as I can get.
It looks a lot like something from, you know, Charlie's favorite band.
It does. It really does. It looks like.
Except to say, you know, moth or
A flying bug of some sort.
yeah.
Nope.
I sent it on Discord directly to you. It's just so foggy.
At times, my need for precision is driving me crazy, but I can't stop doing it. And it is well known that I have a problem, but still.
Which one? You have so many.
I do.
A problem.
A problem. Sometimes I have to try to fluff my own ego.
That's like saying that, you know, Elon Musk has a kid.
Or a sibling.
Yeah. I guess really though the better joke would be that Nick Cannon has a kid.
Oh man. I mean, at least with Nick Cannon, I kind of get it because he's kind of cute. But like the Musks, like what the hell? Women, be more discriminating. Like if you did not get like a trust out of that,
Which they specifically do not, because they
I
think
know.
their genetics are just so perfect that just having more of their genetics in the world improves the world, and they do not put any money after they have put the genetic investment in. Like they ain't helping raise or even get that baby developed.
Spence says, "Yeah, more women need to raise their standards." LOL.
Speaking of women and standards, I am desperately hoping that I can find a good robot that will let me start making music with Grimes's voice, because she has given blanket permission for everyone and anyone to make music with her voice. And I kind of have a song that I've been working on called "Oh Elon, Why Are You?" that I would really like to have voiced by Grimes. I feel like I need to make it a little bit more cryptic and somehow, like, I don't know, goddessy or something, and maybe she would actually do a music video for it. Basically, I want to be responsible for her trolling her ex. It's a little dream, but it's one that she went, "Hey, here's a way that you might be able to make that possible," and I appreciates that about her. Hmm. Then I've also rather enjoyed having her on Substack because it's really easy to see who all the Elon bros are now that I just want to preemptively block.
Nice.
A nice value add for the platform.
I keep forgetting about the block button, and well, like I remember it like when it's useful, but like when someone mildly not inconveniences, but annoys me, I forget that I could just block them.
Yeah,
And so then
there's also
I
a mute
was
if you want to be a little bit less
yeah,
aggressive.
I noticed the mute button. I was like, there was this one person who kept posting all the time, and it just wasn't anything I was interested in. And every time I saw it, I would like sigh, and I was like, wait, I could do something about this. I don't have to suffer through this. And so I finally muted him, and now my Substack notes is so much nicer and less annoying. It's still not like I'm still need more people to follow, but
I was trying to find my. I saw it somewhere. I just don't remember where. I was trying to find my block count because it's fairly high now.
wow, nice.
I just don't remember where I saw it. Because somewhere on your profile, you can see who you've blocked and muted. That way, if you accidentally, mute somebody that you didn't mean to, you can undo it. But I don't remember where I saw it. Also, don't forget, for all of you who have books and a Substack, you can now add your books to your Substack profile.
Nice.
And they also have a way for you to keep your Twitter connected, but to hide it from your profile. Sometimes the pettiness is fun to watch. Yeah, I don't remember where I saw it. I'll have to look again some other time.
Yeah.
Right there it is, blocked accounts. It's not showing the count anymore, but it scrolls for a good long time. Needs to have a number there.
I mean, that's the fun of it. You need a body count.
I have blocked so many people.
Oh, Gloria and I last night were trying to, use our new streaming service as much as we can. So let's watch stuff on Broadway HD. And we put on Hello Again. And it's just, after the second vignette, we're like, how is this a must see?
Okay,
Because
so
some people are just too cheerful and they need more depressing stories of, look, everyone else suffers too. There's no joy in this world.
Spence finished frogging the show. Whoop whoop. Only took 6 hours.
Nice. So because Glory kept making reference to it, and I hadn't seen it because it was a Adam Sandler production, and I just don't trust those.
Yeah.
We have started watching the Goldbergs because she keeps making references to it that I don't understand, and I have, as we've already established, many problems.
Shrimp parm. just that alone is just the, are you joking? And it's the part where at the end of most of these episodes, especially the first 5 or 6 seasons, the crazier the story is, the more likely, here, now at the end in the credits, let us play the actual videotape
Yeah, right?
from this situation and event that this is based on. Because we can't make up the crazier elements. We just took notes from Adam's life.
So I have to say the show is oddly a combination of traumatic and therapeutic to watch. It feels very related.
I mean, his mother loves him dearly. They have made in the little I forget what you call it, idol game for the Goldbergs, a little bear called the Smother Bear. It's dressed like their mother.
The only thing that I'm really having a hard time with this game, with this show about is every time she calls her children delicious, I scream. Like sometimes out loud. I'm getting better at having it only be inside my head.
Why? Why do you? I mean, yeah, she does look like she might try to snack on them.
Oh no, it's that sense memory trauma thing of,
oh,
I grew up in the 80s. God, no. Don't call your kids delicious, not especially not in front of their friends. What are you doing?
Yeah. You know the trauma she was causing.
Yes. It's oddly relatable.
Yeah.
And the father who never wears pants. Like, that's very, yeah.
I mean, the older I get, I feel weird how much I really now relate to both the father and Goldbergs and that 70s show. Like, I now understand why Red's called so many people morons. And I agree.
Well, that 70s show is very much Brian's family. Like, the only thing that's technically missing is his little brother. But oddly enough, Fez is a very good fill-in for his little brother.
Yes. I like what happens in that 90s show as well.
His mom and dad are very much Red and Kitty Foreman. In so many ways. That's why we still haven't watched that 90s show, because Brian is not like ready for that.
But it's like, but Red and Kitty are the one literally producing the show. So like, it's actually fun. They understand why people show up.
Because they're not going to do Kitty wrong.
Yeah, of like it is a surprisingly good sequel. Like, 'cause to be honest, no, I don't really care that much to see really what happens with Eric and what's her name. To me, they're actually sort of the more boring characters.
Yes.
So no, what we mostly see is we find out, and Fez plays a central character. We see a lot more of Fez.
Oh, Fez.
And Fez turns out to be, a decent person, in his own way, but, in a Fez way. But yeah, no, we wonder too, but like, we really are hoping that there is another few seasons because it's good storytelling.
No, don't fall in love too hard unless it's made by Nick Kroll and only gets maximum 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And if it's made by Nick Kroll, it gets every season ever.
I mean, what kind of talking does Nick Kroll know how to do that he gets so many sequel seasons?
I have a theory that Nick Kroll is the only thing that people are actually watching on Netflix. Like they are devoted to him in a way that I feel like they're like, we will lose all of our subscribers if we don't have him keep him happy. He did a thing for Hulu. We can't lose him.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right.
I do hate myself quite a bit for how excited I got when I found out that they gave Human Resources a second season. It reminds me of when I used to work at the mall, and I feel like I'm not allowed to legally say anything else after that sentence. I feel like that show should not remind anyone of any part of their real life, but yeah, I could name each and every character from that show as one of the people I worked with when I worked at the mall. Even the Shame Wizard. I almost feel like I should say especially the Shame Wizard.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I know who I went to school with who grew up to be a shame wizard. And it was not a religious person.
Yeah, that part doesn't surprise me. I feel like all the religious people I went to school with are atheists, and all of the atheists I went to school with are evangelical Trump voting Christians now.
Yeah, I see that. If anything, that was actually one thing that kind of annoyed me watching was it Genetically Modified Skeptics, the 8 kinds of atheists, because they were mostly theistic based. And it's just is this what most atheism is? Is it's just I'm not
I don't like this
repulsed
idea I
by
grew up with.
religion?
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that there are not genuine atheists out there. Most of the modern, especially since the new atheist movement started, is just I don't like the sky daddy I was raised with.
Oh.
And it's very sad.
Yeah,
it's like I don't like that sky daddy either, but I didn't base my entire life on not liking that sky daddy. And you picked a worse sky daddy because you picked Richard fucking Dawkins. Like,
oh God, I didn't see.
Yeah, is that not the bleakest sentence in the English language?
I mean, it is right there with the ones who picked Elon Musk.
Yeah.
They're like, he's not even a good engineer.
I would almost rather have an Old Testament God to Richard Dawkins.
feel like when you say that, the unsaid part is, so a Charlton Heston or a we were just talking about him, the one that played Jarrell.
Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna pick like people that were in biblical style movies, like it has to be Yul Brynner. I'm sorry. Yul
I
Brynner.
feel weird that well, Yul Brynner, good actor. Just don't like him in the biblical stuff.
Yeah, but Yul Brynner taught me things about myself that I didn't know. I didn't have words for until later.
And Yul Brynner makes me have to deal with the awkward feelings I have about myself, that I still like his yellow face portrayal.
Yeah.
I was raised messed up. I didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched a video. Maybe I should walk you through of how to make a YouTube playlist that others can add to, so I can just start adding stuff for your list. Because I saw recently this video I think you would enjoy as well. It's 50 minutes of this woman going over why string theorists ruined it for all the science explainers in the last decade. And it is so upsetting for her that to do this little talk, she is literally at the same time playing I can't remember what the game is, but it came out within the last 6 years, and it's kind of like the original Zelda game. It's an
Yeah.
8-bit dungeon crawler type one that if you see it, you'll know it. But so she plays that for the entire 50 minutes as she does this rant of just how much they lied decade by decade and what was going on. And then I didn't really mean that imply that. It's like, yeah, but you didn't correct them for 30 years.
And what's 30 years of lying between friends?
But I mean, I know you're like me there's something about watching people rant about a subject that they know well. Because I mean, she is a PhD in particle physics at this point, after she got out of string theory. It's just fun to watch other people videotape themselves as they are cracking up, trying not to, have their blood pressure rise too high.
I do feel like you've explained the popularity of my podcast for the last couple of years. It's like, we're going to get to watch a slow boil nervous breakdown. This will be fun.
I mean, it's one of those, it's nice to not feel alone. And this is one way people don't feel alone.
You're not wrong.
Which is why I have saved that video for Believe It or Not, about Christian nationalists, just here, if I ever need to argue with someone, I can just send them the video and instead of having to be exasperated for an hour talking with them. Yes, my dramatic sister.
Hello.
I see you have
Yes,
flower
I forgot,
mark.
and I marked myself. Okay.
Yes, I see
Shut up.
the flower markings.
I just wasn't thinking for a minute. It was. Oh my Glory! Why did you do that?
Legitimacy, Glory. It helps you feel like a legitimate baker.
We'll see where I did it.
I mean,
Although my ex-husband wasn't thrilled when we were married. Like, Bradley. How's it going?
It's going. Brian is still off. Who knows
Off
where?
the charity fundraiser, whatever.
Yep.
And we are just talking different things, including,
Actually, there's a good chance that he's probably back at the restaurant and then got into a conversation with somebody and has lost all track of time.
But yeah, that sounds like on brand Brian.
Yes.
I'm just baking each cake separate.
Mhm.
Because I just really prefer the countertop oven to the air fryer.
Yeah, especially for the baking.
Yeah, because like,
I find there's a way to actually just disable the fan.
well, it still doesn't heat the bottom, and that's really my real issue with the air fryer for baking.
Yeah.
Like, it can bake cookies fine, because they're less than inch thick, but anything thicker than that.
Did Brian remember to send you the images of the unicorn beheading?
He posted them. He posted 2 pictures of to your Discord.
Okay.
So yes, and I.
It was oddly ritualistic, and I thought you would approve.
It would have been better if he'd also piped on some eyeballs. I'm just saying, if you're going to do violence to a unicorn, it should have a proper face. Maybe some lipstick.
You're not wrong. It was delicious, though.
Yes, well, that's what's most important. After mocking it with piping.
I mean, it's just a little unicorn slaughter.
Yep.
I think I am done for the night. We've got 12 more minutes.
Alrighty.
Yeah, we've just been talking about, Marlon Brando had to explain why Charlie cackled when I mentioned "Tell me about the peas."
I'm okay.
How to tell someone is
of a certain age.
Yes.
Tell me about the peas.
There's definitely, yes.
Speaking of, did you know they're coming out with the 11th season of Futurama on Hulu?
Yep.
This summer. Buckle up, Buttercup.
And the same woman who got Futurama 11th season also got what's another show though? Oh, got King of the Hill another season as well.
Hey, I'm actually not sad about that.
And it's going to be a time skip. And
yeah, cool, awesome. Bring it up to.
I need to know what they're going to do about Luann before I can have feels.
Both Luann and her husband, because
Hank.
No, Luann was the daughter.
Was the other star. Right? Yeah, no,
you're
played
by Brittany Murphy, and the husband, played by Tom Petty, are both dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
So by all accounts, it sounds like, from what we do know, that their first episode's just going to start with
killing them off.
Well, that they just died and their kid is moving in with Hank.
That actually sounds like a fun twist. I like that.
And that way they can maintain the original dynamics with an update.
Right. Because, I don't like it when, look.
Because Bobby will now be Hank's age.
Yeah, look, I'm just going to say it. Well, yes, I like both Darrens. I don't like the 2 Darrens exist. I mean, I love the headcanon theories about what Agnes Moorehead's character, the mother, did to even her own daughter, so no one noticed the next Darren. But
because it was Agatha all along.
It was Agatha all along, Tom. But I don't love that they did it, so I do. Yeah, when in doubt, just kill them off. It's a better option.
If they really want to give all of the tears to everybody, have them die in a freak propane explosion and show Buckley's angel coming to take them both away.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
And there will not be a dry eye in the house.
Right, a little pathos.
Mm-hmm.
Good for everyone. Oh, speaking of pathos, Charlie, have you seen Philosophy Tube's latest video on Stoicism?
I have not.
My sweet angel. By the way, her costumes are off the fucking chain.
I saw it. I know that it exists. I have been.
Yes, and she does actually do tribute to why are women not into Stoicism as much? Because the misogyny. because the misogyny, y'all. And so she actually does a pretty good job of reviewing that. Like, I have to say, she did a fairer job on stoicism than some of the other recent videos in the last video essays in the last year. But yes, also she looks. God, how is it possible that she keeps looking better? I'm so disgusted and also in awe at the same time.
No, right? If she found a way to not only have wonderful trans surgeries, but to find out a way to Benjamin Button herself just to the right age.
God, she looks so gorgeous. It's like I am frankly developing a little bit of lust here.
I mean, but those outfits, like, just
Oh my God, yes.
who doesn't want that costume designer?
I
Did you
lost
see the
my
latest one?
everything.
No, I thought we had already watched it. To be honest,
No, it just came out like the last day or two. Like I was watching it fresh off the tubes.
I must have seen it when it just showed
Yeah.
up, but I thought it was an older one because I thought she'd already done one on stoicism.
I lost my everything when she did the leather nun outfit.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. But you should see her in what I, honest to God, look, I'm just gonna call it. It looks like a Vestal Virgin outfit to me, but it's not exactly. It's actually more like a Roman senator's wife outfit, if I'm brutally honest, or even a Roman empress's outfit, or the wife of an emperor. Because it's just got a little too much gold to just be. But like she has some other outfits, sure, but that one is.
What do you call the Reverend Mother of the Vestal Virgins?
The Grand High Whore. I'm sorry, but there's the lie. Like
You're not wrong.
I think it does actually kind of translate sort of that, but
Yes.
it has a better sounding name.
Oh, well, everything sounds better in Latin, Tom. Which she literally points out by speaking Greek and Latin with translations at one point in the video essay. Highly recommend.
Don't know if I can take her speaking Latin.
Oh yeah, well
That
maybe
might
if
be a
you do it
weakness.
privately before Brian gets home. A little meat time and some wine.
Oh
maybe.
really?
You
I
live
was
your
I was
life.
just thinking of, there's Brian looking at Charlie as they're both watching the video, and Brian's looking over going,
Let's just pause it and go to the bedroom. Yes, let's do it now. No cats.
"I'd be a bit bi, aren't you, Charlie?"
Yeah, I've had a.
It's not just me.
And then she's like, for those who are criticizing my pronunciation, she then does a terrible joke. A terrible, genuinely terrible joke. I don't want to ruin it yet, but you need to watch it. Just for the in-house joke of her pronunciation.
I did hunt down and watch the video she did about the royal family in honor of the coronation the day it happened.
Nice.
Because, yeah, that.
Mm-hmm.
Now my body has discovered new types of pain to inflict on me, and it's been great.
Exciting.
It's been a fun week.
So fun.
So
just brief
Such
recap
fun.
for anybody who hasn't been here for the whole stream.
to
This
pull a
week,
Miranda Hart. Such fun.
I successfully dislocated my shoulder, and it's getting better again. And ate a yummy curry that has never upset me before, and has given me an entire week of being extremely ill.
Oh no.
So, yay, that's fun. And my knee has found a way to create new stabbing pains. So, yay!
It seems like almost all of us have been in pain this past week. Like not a little bit, our usual low level noise, background noise pain, but like yesterday.
Mine was last week after Anna's party.
Yeah. I was a little bit wishing for death yesterday.
I thought I was going to get to meet her most of yesterday. Kind of surprised she didn't show up. At least say hey.
Bitches be bitches, honey.
Kind of rude, yeah.
Have you found what you call?
No.
That's
Alrighty, we've only got 5 minutes.
They were chosen by the high priest, not priestess.
So there may just not have been a.
Yeah, there were senior ones, but there was not like the Grand High one was a man who was, his position was the Pontifex Maximus.
So probably it would have been Pontifex. I'm sorry. I will show myself out. I love you all. Bye-bye.
All right, so we're going to end a little bit early because I'm still not feeling well. We got 4 minutes left in the stream. So I'm going to go ahead and say au revoir, or whatever the French word is, because I'm bad at
Wow.
So check out all these lovely people. If you go to projectshadow.com, you can find links to all their stuff because they are in my recommendations, which are right there on the home page. And if you haven't checked out the Shadow Phoenix Saga, all 12 episodes of season 1 are up. Warning: the next season will be longer, darker, and uncut. There's some bad things coming. Yeah.
It's like that's how you get censored.
Oh no, there's at least if it survives into the final draft, there is at least one naughty scene in chapter 2.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's going to survive. Only time will tell. But there is at least one. And it's dirty and it's gay. And I'm not going to say who it's between.
Although truly, I feel like though that was the description that South Park should have gone with for the movie.
So, anywho, have the fun, y'all, and I will see you next time I see you. Bye.
Bye.